He never thought a simple sandwich could turn his life around. But that's exactly what happened when Mark, a struggling single dad, stopped to help a woman stranded on a lonely road. What started as a small act of kindness ended up reshaping his entire future. It was one of those cold, quiet nights when the world felt too heavy. Mark, father to a little girl named Emma, worked long hours at a tiny auto shop. Money was tight, rent overdue, and his hands always smelled of oil and grease. Still, he never complained. He couldn't. Emma's laughter was his anchor, the one thing that made it all worthwhile. That evening, driving home in his old pickup, headlights flashed on the roadside. A woman stood next to a sleek black car, frustration written all over her face. Mark slowed. She waved. He could have driven on, he was exhausted and hungry, but something told him to stop. "Hey, need a hand?" he asked. She turned, relief washing over her. "Thank God. My car just died. I've been stuck here for over an hour." Mark popped the hood. "Battery's fine, looks like a loose belt. I can fix it, but it'll take a few minutes." "I'd really appreciate that," she said softly. Her name was Lisa. Expensive coat, polished shoes, subtle perfume, she seemed unaccustomed to roadside waits. Still, her kindness matched his. As Mark got to work, his hands moved with practiced skill. Cold bit at his fingers, hunger reminded him he hadn't eaten all day. Lisa noticed and handed him a paper bag. "It's just a sandwich," she said. "Please, take it. You're helping me out of nowhere." Mark hesitated, then smiled. "Thank you. I won't say no." Within 20 minutes, her car roared to life. Lisa clapped. "You're a lifesaver. How much do I owe you?" Mark shook his head. "Nothing. I'm just glad I could help." She frowned. "At least let me pay for your time." He smiled tiredly. "I didn't do it for money. I did it because it was the right thing." Lisa studied him, taking in the sincerity in his eyes. "Well, thank you." He chuckled softly. Actually, it meant a lot. Mark drove away, never expecting to see her again. But the next day, life took an unexpected turn. At the auto shop, his boss waited with folded arms. "Mark, bad news. We're closing next week. Bills are killing us." Mark's heart sank. This job was his lifeline. Without it, he didn't know how he'd feed Emma or pay the rent. He spent the day in silence, forcing smiles when picking her up from school. That evening, a knock at the door. Mark froze. Lisa stood there, holding a folder and smiling warmly. "I hope I'm not intruding," she said. Not at all. Please, come in," Mark stammered, confused. She looked around their modest home, worn furniture, a small heater, children's drawings on the fridge. "I realized I never properly thanked you," she began. "After yesterday, I couldn't stop thinking about what you said, doing the right thing." Mark smiled awkwardly. "It's nothing really, just part of being human." Lisa slid the folder across the table. "Actually, it's something. I own a chain of auto repair shops. I want to offer you a job as lead mechanic, full benefits, steady pay, plus a bonus for your honesty." Mark blinked, speechless. "Wait, you're serious?" She nodded. "Yesterday, you could have taken advantage of me. You didn't. You helped a stranger for nothing in return. That's the kind of person I want in my company." Tears welled up. "You don't know what this means for me and my daughter." Lisa smiled gently. "Actually, I do. Sometimes the smallest kindness deserves the biggest reward." A week later, Mark started his new job. Fresh uniform, name stitched on the chest, bright and clean shop. For the first time in years, hope rose in his chest. One afternoon, picking up Emma from school, she ran into his arms. "Daddy, you're smiling again." He hugged her tightly. "Yeah, baby. I think things are finally looking up." Lisa became more than his boss, she became a friend, a reminder that life rewards goodness, often when you least expect it. Months later, Mark's dedication earned him a promotion to manage one of the company's largest shops. He could finally afford a small house with a yard for Emma. Every time he watched her laughter under the sun, he remembered that cold night and the simple sandwich that changed everything. It's not always grand gestures that transform a life. Sometimes, it's small acts of kindness, the ones given freely, that ripple far beyond imagination.
And that's the end of this story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It really helps support the channel. Leave a comment below with the kind of story you'd like to hear next. Your ideas motivate me to create more amazing stories just for you.